problem we are solving today involves a moon buggy driving off a cliff. The problem contains quadratics and trigonometry. We will determine how long the buggy will be midair and how far it travels during this time. Feel free to pause so you can inspect the diagram on the left. The first step is to separate the initial velocity of 5 meters per second into vertical and horizontal components. Begin by using the sine law to determine angle A. You may be thinking that you need sine A to determine angle A, but remember that a triangle always has 180 degrees, so just subtract 115 degrees and angle B, which we will be calculating shortly, to get that desired angle A. The sine law formula is sine angle B over side B equals sine angle C over side C. We adjust this to angle B equals sine inverse bracket open sine 115 over 60 times 20 bracket closed. This equates to 17.6 degrees. If you got something else, check that you are not in radians but in degrees. Now, as previously explained, we subtract 115 degrees and 17.6 degrees from 180 degrees, which gives us angle A. Its value is 47.4 degrees. Now this is very important as this allows us to form a right angle triangle, which will simplify calculating the vertical and horizontal velocities a lot. Using the sine and cosine ratios, we can calculate the vertical and horizontal components. The vertical, or y velocity, is 3.38 meters per second. The horizontal, or x velocity, comes to 3.68 meters per second. Now, as you can tell, we have all the information that we can get from the trigonometry part of the equation. We will be using these numbers to calculate the distance and the time that the buggy spends in the air. Step 2 is calculating the time the buggy spends midair. Remember, this is on the moon, so gravity is much weaker and there is no wind resistance. We can calculate the airtime using the formula h equals d plus v initial times t plus 1/2 at squared. As the final height will be 0, we now have a quadratic. Although we still have to rearrange it like so into standard form in order to use it with the quadratic formula. To remind you, the quadratic formula is negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. We will start by calculating the part that is square rooted. If you entered everything correctly, you should get plus minus 8.68. We now plug the plus minus 8.68 into the formula, and one result will be positive and one will be negative. Now, as time cannot go by backwards, we will just take the positive number. Now we have found the time to be 7.54 seconds. This just means that the buggy is airborne for exactly 7.54 seconds. Step 3. We now can find the horizontal distance covered by the buggy simply by multiplying the horizontal velocity by the time the buggy is airborne. So we multiply 3.68 meters per second by 7.54 seconds, giving us 27.7 meters.